Good afternoon, and thank you for coming. In last year's throne speech, in alignment with the government's 2017 platform to put our children and their future first, this government committed to meeting that challenge. That commitment was made then, and we are just and even more committed to improving public education in Bermuda so that our children are equipped and ready to face their future. Since taking office, your government has worked around the clock to meet with stakeholders, unions, parents, community, and corporate partners to implement new programs and initiatives in our schools and in the workforce. Our pledge to commit public service resources and finances toward education, training, and career development has resulted in significant progress and new programs. We have put education first by implementing a STEAM curriculum in the primary schools that will commence September 2018, offering $300,000 in financial support for over 300 Bermudians to attend the Bermuda College, providing more diverse scholarships and awards and training opportunities for our Bermudian students to attend local and overseas colleges and universities to further their education or training and certifications, establishing the first Youth Empowerment Summit for head boys, head girls, deputy head boys, and deputy head girls, the first annual Student Employment Fair for senior school students, and the first annual Father of the Year essay competition for primary schools. Improving our relationship and communication with parents through the Parental Involvement Committee, an online parent-friendly Cambridge Checkpoint Assessment Report, and the Inside Public Schools newsletter. Initiated the start of the consultation process to phase out middle schools in favor of signature schools, and we are on schedule to have Wi-Fi operational in all of our primary schools starting in the September 2018-19 school year. While we've made significant progress and education has received increased funding, work remains to be done. However, with improved input from parents, students, community, and union partners, we are experiencing a change in attitude and direction towards public school education. For far too long, public education has been used as an easy target for abuse, scrutiny, and political gamesmanship, and press statements. It's easy to take potshots at staff, teachers, parents, and even, sadly, our students. But your government is committed to the fight, and we will work alongside our partners to protect public education funding and more training and development for our teachers. So that public education can resemble the inclusive model as outlined in Plan 2022, we will stand strong and remain committed to the work that has already begun this year. In ensuring this, a promise was made, and that promise was to review and implement the recommendations from the Department's strategic review with realistic and achievable milestones to ensure a data-driven process to measure performance of the system. We can report that Plan 2022 was completed in November 2017 and released to the public in December 2017. The Department of Education has completed the operationalization of the strategies as outlined in the plan in May 2018. The objectives of the Department of Education officers' forward job plans have been directly linked to the strategies of Plan 2022 with achievable deadlines. This will ensure execution of work tasks that will facilitate the completion of strategies and provide measures of performance. Within the Department of Workforce Development, we are putting Bermudians first by creating a level playing field and building a better competitive advantage for Bermudian trade professionals by fully implementing the National Certification Program. Between September 2017 and December 2017, just over 1,000 professionals in the electrical, automotive, welding, and landscape gardening trades have applied for registration as certified tradesmen. Verification of these applications are ongoing as we look to have them assessed and completed by December 2018. A commitment has also been completed. Another commitment that has also been completed is the creation of the National Workforce Development Plan in collaboration with key stakeholders to ensure Bermudians are properly prepared to take advantage of both current and future job opportunities. In January 2018, a working group was established as a non-statutory committee to undertake the development of the National Workforce Development Plan. The working group met over a 2-month period and engaged industry stakeholders to understand Bermuda's workforce needs, chronic challenges, and the current state of Bermuda's labor market. Meetings were also held with our senior school students participating in the Career Pathways program to garner input. This progress was inclusive, and the data and information gathered from the various stakeholder groups was used as artillery for the working group to develop a comprehensive workforce development plan for Bermuda. This plan lays out the foundation of a 21st century workforce development system that will connect people with jobs and provide opportunities to prepare Bermudians with the requisite skills to enter the job market. We are taking this plan and creating an implementation strategy that will transform the Department of Workforce Development into a one-stop job center, one-stop career center. In closing, I wish to thank the Ministry of Education and Workforce Development teams at the Department of Education, the Bermuda National Libraries and Archives, the Department of Workforce Development, and the Bermuda College. This year has been a year of transformation, change, and progress. The teams have risen to the occasion and implemented the government's commitment to Bermuda. We cannot make these necessary changes alone. We must work collectively to begin the transformation and improvements that ensure that we are building a better and fairer Bermuda. Thank you, and I will take questions now.
Good afternoon, Minister. Just a question.
Good afternoon.
Search for a new Commissioner of Education. Bermuda Broadcasting News has learned that the two finalist candidates are now Dr. Gina Tucker and Mrs. Kelma Richards. Can you shed light on that?
I cannot shed light on who applied for the post because that is a personnel matter, but I can let you know that we intend to have a commissioner in place by September.
Thank you, Minister.
Good afternoon, Minister.
Good afternoon.
I guess it was on Friday, Colonel Birch, in his lengthy ministerial statement, touched on some school matters, one of which was he provided an update on the status of school condition surveys. Something I wanted to ask about, I think those were originally announced in December, and as he outlined, there's been some hiccups as to carrying those out. Back in October, Ms. Fogo announced that basically 2 months' worth of public health and safety inspections had been done in Bermuda's public schools from the end of August until the midpoint of October. Were those reports ever made public, the findings of those health and safety inspections?
Those health and safety inspection report is still being compiled, and so I can't comment on exactly when and if they will be made public when they are completed.
So just so I'm clear, the inspections that were carried out from August 21st to October 13th, those were the reports on those findings are still being put together?
I can say that all of the schools were examined by health and safety, and those examinations are still ongoing.
The examinations are ongoing? I thought the examinations concluded on October 13th.
Then that's a question you should be asking Minister Fogo, but I do know that the report is still pending, and once I have sight of the report, then I will be able to comment on the report.
Can you offer any insight as to why the report, at this point, I don't know, 8 months on, would still be outstanding?
When it comes to education, we have to be very, very clear on what we're doing here, and that is that we are ensuring that our schools are absolutely safe. So if the report takes longer than we expect it to take, just to ensure that the schools are safe, then the report will take longer than we thought it should have taken. But I can assure you that the report will be compiled, and it will form part of the conditions surveys, as you said, Minister Birch had announced was still ongoing.
And will that report in its entirety be made public when it's completed?
Once the reports are finished, I am assured that parts of it will be released, or the entire report will be released. What we have done with the schools, and I think it's clear for us I think it's very positive for us to say is that we have had all of the staff, when we had the issues with the mold and stuff in the schools and we did the abatement, part of the abatement was having training with the staff and work and health and safety to talk about what staff can do to prevent mold from building up. So those have taken place in the schools that we did have some issues with last year. I do know that happened.
Sure. Can you make a general comment then on what state the schools will be in for when parents are sending back their
The schools will
children?
be ready to go when school opens up in September. As the Minister of Works already stated in his statement, works to get schools prepared for September already have begun.
Thank you, appreciate that.
Mhm.
Okay. All right. Well, that concludes the press conference. Thank you for coming.